The Charger drive about to get going. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Play action. It's Herbert. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
A first down carry for Henry. Room here to run. The 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When he breaks a couple of tackles, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side, trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
The Charger drive about to get going. Now Herbert following the turnover. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And the ball is knocked out. It's picked up by the Titans. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
Henry up the middle. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Henry. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Titans 7, Chargers 0.
Henry is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
They snap it to Herbert. This is caught by Williams.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And these two hooked up on a nice gain to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with 1st and goal.
The quick slant caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal. That's a 2-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Again, Herbert. This is caught. Touchdown.
Mike Williams.
With career touchdown number 96, he joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list.
And the Chargers are back within a score. Extra point by Mevis is up and good.
And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's got room.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 51 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this 1st half.
There are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and 1st down. Simply put, you've got to put more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Taken down at the 47-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7.
Now they'll look to Willis to pass it here.
Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like when they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Third down, it's Willis. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 35. 12 yards on third down as the drive rolls on. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down.
Now Willis.
Over the middle, it's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 19. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Henry running right. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, as the first half is winding down.
And the Titans will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 21-7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Jamel Dean.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
This defense, 3 interceptions now. And, Charles, obviously that one for the pick 6. That gives them a 3-possession lead, and they are really in the driver's seat.
Makes you imagine what that lead could become with another half of football left to play, because the way they're getting after it, partner, 30 points, 40 points, even 50 points, that type of a lead, not out of the question, and neither is another pick 6.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Second down, Willis looks to throw here. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
88 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
Go check, go check.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Well, I think the hope is, you know, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Willis.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And the Chargers are going to take over here up near the 40. But pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Going right side here, and that's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 27-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Herbert on first down now. And he just throws this one away. A smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide, because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And it's caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert. Down to that sets up a first and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Out of the gun, Herbert. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown.
Mike Williams
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. An extra point by Mevis is up and good.
And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Willis's throw complete there to Moore.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Inside handoff, Henry. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Willis on the sneak.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Well, you certainly have to give him a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The handoff, running left, Henry. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now Willis on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
They'll run. It's Henry. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that. On this game, they're a little bit slower. That front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
On first down, Willis.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Let's go now.
A give to Henry. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Now Willis on third down.
He hits Adams complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. That catch, by the way, number 940 in his career, so he's 60 away from a grand, but 940, that ties him with Art Monk.
And I think it's fitting that he tied Art Monk because of the way that he goes about his business, the way that he plays the game. Not a lot of flash, not a lot of dash, but plenty of production.
Off the option, here's Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
On second and 12, Willis. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans.
Malik Willis.
A 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Titans are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Chargers 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
3rd and 2, Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Calling a gain of a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw, as this play will stand as is. Now a handoff to Henry. And this play doesn't work at all, as he's going to be marked down behind the line after the dive. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. That one looks like he'll throw here. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
On 3rd down, it's Willis. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Titans are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Chargers 14.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble, bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camp, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Tennessee, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season.